I can't overstate how important you are to your friends and your family and just like your community in general if you're spending any time reading news. So many folks are just scrolling through Facebook to see a headline and they don't go any deeper. And like the best thing you can do, even probably more than voting, is to fight misinformation and disinformation in and amongst your friends and family members. Because you're a trusted source. You're not, I don't know, some fact checker that they've never heard of before. So yeah, that's a hugely important thing you can do too. There's a lot of folks that don't necessarily have a lot of news literacy or media literacy. They'll see something that is presented like a news source and just assume that it's real rather than saying, oh, I clicked into that site and it was like 95% pop-ups or banner ads and like had like a, I don't know, .ru like Russia URL or something and like didn't realize it was completely fake. Being smart about what you're consuming, like going to things like media bias, I don't know if they're .com or .org, but just like learning a bit more about a source before you trust a story, seeing, okay, does this actually have like a journalist attached to it and like a respectable institution? And, you know, you can have freelance journalists doing good stuff. It doesn't have to be just at the New York Times or something, but just spending that little bit of extra effort to like kind of check the quality of the news will make sure that you're informed factually. And then the like next step is, you know, just to poke and prod people a little bit. Like you don't have to get into arguments or like, you know, actually people or anything like that, but you have people in your life that are not consuming a lot of news and they may mention, you know, something that they kind of half heard or half remember and just kind of direct the conversation a little bit back more towards the truth. Like you don't have to like convince them or like win an argument in that setting, but there's a lot of good social science research that shows just being a little bit of a circuit breaker to that misinformation is really helpful in the long run. It kind of breaks people out of their bubble where they keep hearing the same thing over and over again. It makes them challenge their assumptions a little bit more and could even just give them new facts so that they're, you know, understanding things more truthfully. Um, yeah, you cannot overestimate the amount of effect you have in your community, even if people aren't going to admit to you that you changed their mind in the moment of like an argument or something.